Hey guys, welcome back to another video on developing a Clash of Clans WhatsApp bot, and we're using Node.js. In the previous video, we went ahead and connected Clash of Clans to this app, and we actually set up some of the utility uh, functions that we're going to use. Now, this video, we're going to actually make the commands and start generating our command structure. So let's go ahead and in our commands folder, let's generate two more files. First one, let's call them types.js and also generate another file and call it player.js. So the player.js is what's going to use our player functionality. So the player command will call this, which will then generate its own script. Our types.js file is what will store our commands inside of here. So let's create a few commands. So do exports.player is equal to player and exports.help equal to help. So these are the first two commands we're actually going to keep, we'll start off with. And so we can close that now. And the reason we're putting it in constant variables is so that in case we want to change the actual value of it later on in the future, it'll be easier to do so. So once we've got that, let's go ahead and in our commands folder, let's do const config equal to require and do dot dot slash config. So this is our config file and currently it just has our prefix in it. Next one we want to do const curly brackets player all caps comma help equals to require dot slash or sorry string first dot slash types, and this these are the two types we just made. That's our commands. Let's do const get command parameters equal to require and we do dot dot slash utility. Make sure it's wrapped in single or double speech marks. And that's our helper function that we made in the previous video where we're going to pull the command parameters from the body text. And then we don't need the const player just yet. So let's go ahead and do module.exports is equal to a sync. And we want to provide some parameters to this function, which will be WhatsApp, because that's what we're going to bring from our index.js main file. Message, so the message block, and Clash. Right, so we're going to be able to call the Clash API from here. So once we've done that, let's do const. We're going to pull prefix, query, command, and parameters equal to get command parameters, and we're going to provide a message.body. Now what we can do is go ahead and console.log this just so we can see what's actually coming out from here. Let's just type get command parameters again here so we can see the full object and do message.body just like that. And before we save that, let's get rid of this and also the WhatsApp message. Let's get rid of that as well. And on the top here, what we're going to want to do is do const commands equal to require dot slash commands like that. Yep. And that is essentially everything we need in this file. We won't even need to touch it again. Do await commands WhatsApp, comma, message, comma, Clash. And everything's going to run from our commands block here. Right, so once that loads back up, we'll actually see how we got to save this as well. Make sure you're saving all your files. So what we'll see here is we'll be able to see what these actually look like. And it'll be good to kind of see that. And then you'll kind of get an idea of how this function works that we made in the previous video. Okay, WhatsApp is ready. Let's load up. So if I were to type, let's just say asterisk, and let's just say player test or even command one and test underscore two, If we type that and go back to our code, we should see what's being provided. So it's telling us the prefix that's being used is an asterisk. The query is player command one test two. So player is our command, which it says here command, and our parameters is command one and test two. And this is essentially going to be stuff like our tag will go there. You might have another function that takes two parameters. You can pull that from there, or you can join this up to combine one parameter if needed. So let's go ahead and continue developing. So in here, let's do if not, right? So the exclamation mark, and then put some smooth brackets and prefix equal to config.prefix, then do a return. So what we're saying here is if the message doesn't have the prefix that's equal to our config prefix, then do nothing. Yeah. But if it does have that prefix, then we can go ahead and follow on. So first, let's just generate our help message, and this will be the message that gets returned when we write the help command. So let's put that semicolon there, and we want to go ahead and do grave accents, they're called. They're normally next to your one key on the top left, and we want to use this so we can actually access our variables directly in the string. So we're going to do asterisk to bring up to make our text bold. We say bot commands asterisk, and then we want to do /n, right? So that'll give us a new line, and then do plus, and then bring our grave accents again, and let's do 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, and we say prefix is going to be equal to $ curly brackets prefix, right? So that's our prefix. We could actually do config.prefix because that's the config one. And then let's go ahead and do /n twice, right? So we've got two new lines. I can do plus, grave accents again, and this time let's do underscore, and let's put maybe a shape here, so we can do something like an at symbol if you wanted. So is that's it. So underscore at, and then we can do player commands just like that, and then underscore again. So the underscore will make it italic in WhatsApp, and then /n again, plus grave accents again, and then this time 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, and we'll say we want to put prefix, right? Config.prefix, and then player, and then hashtag tag. Yeah, so that is essentially what our help function will look like for now, for our help message. So once we've got that, we want to do let reply message equal to single speech mark. Yeah, so that's the message we're going to use to reply back to the user. Let's create a try and a catch block. So just in case any errors occur, we're going to try it and catch it. In our catch block, let's go ahead and write our error message, our error handler. So we'll do await WhatsApp.send message, where the message is from, and we'll just say, hey, something went wrong, please try again. And then we'll console.log that error. So we've got it in our log. So now that we've done that, let's go back into the try block and let's create a switch function. Inside of the switch, we're going to put our command, right? Our command is what gets passed in here. And once we've done that, let's create some cases. So the first case is our player. For the time being, we're just going to go ahead and say reply message is equal to player function. Yep. We'll fill that in later. And then the next case is help. Right, just like that. Make sure it's indented. And lowercase, sorry. Good. And then we want to do reply message is equal to the help message. Just like that. Just gonna add semicolon there. Okay, and then we'll add a break. Now we're going to give it a default block too, and that is just in case someone enters a command that doesn't exist. So what we can do then is say the reply message is going to be equal to command underscore, and then we go ahead and do single speech marks, and inside of that do $ curly brackets, and we'll say command and an underscore does not exist. Please see commands below, just like that, and then we'll do backward slash twice, just like that, and then go ahead and do plus, and then wave accents again, $ curly brackets, help message, just like that, and we close that off. So that message will send to the user if there is a message or a command that doesn't exist. Right. And once we've done that, let's come outside of our switch block and let's type await WhatsApp dot send message, and we'll do message dot from comma reply message, just like that. And now what that's going to do is send that reply message that's been populated based on the command. So let's save that, and then we can go back to our WhatsApp and have a look to see what's actually displaying once that loads. Okay, bot is ready. Let's have a look. So if I type help, there you go. We've got our help message coming in. If I type player, got the player function coming in. If I type gibberish, it's going to say, hey, that command does not exist. Please see the commands below. So wicked. That's working. Let's go back to our code. And now let's create our player functionality. So let's go to the player.js file. And inside of this player.js file, let's go ahead and implement that. So mostly it's just string handling here. So let's do const and bring in is empty and equals require dot dot slash utility, and we're going to do module dot export is equal to async function, and here we want to bring in clash parameters command and prefix, and we're going to go like that. We're going to do if is empty parameters, then we want to return for command, and we'll do underscore $ curly brackets and type command in here underscore and then comma. You need to provide a tag, i.e. so for example underscore $ curly brackets prefix and then player next to it and hashtag LGPJCU8G and an underscore. So that is a tag that does work, so they can test that tag out if they wanted. And make sure the return is indented. So now that that's done, we'll do a try block. So this try block just in case there's any errors. And let's do a quick, let's do the catch first. Catch the error and let error message semicolon, and we'll go ahead and do a switch. So in the switch we'll put error.status code and we'll case it by 404 first. There may be other errors, but we'll just work on error 404 for now. Error message equal to player, and we want to do parameters 0 not found. Please try another code or another tag, and then break, and let's do the default, and in default we'll say error message is equal to something went wrong with, we'll say command command request, comma, please double check inputs. And then we'll also console.log the error. And then outside of the switch statement, we'll just do return error message. Yep, so we can save that. Let's go back into our try and let's start loading our player details. So const player response is equal to await clash dot player by tag, and then we're going to do grave accents, and we want to go for hashtag. We want to do curly brackets, dollar sign curly brackets, and then parameters 0 dot replace, right? So we want to replace the hashtag with empty string. Reason being is if they provide a hashtag, we'll just take the hashtag away, and because we already got a hashtag, and if they don't provide a hashtag, then we've got a backup hashtag to work with that as well. So once we've done that, a player response will come in, and let's generate our string structure. So do return smooth brackets inside of here. Now this can get a bit confusing, so we'll go in as neatly as possible. We'll do the player details first, so let's go ahead and make that bold. So 2 asterisks, and inside of that put player details, spell that correctly. And then let's go for our 2 new lines, /n/n, plus, and then grave accents again, and let's do 1, 2, 3, 4 to indent the line, underscore, and we'll say our player response dot name, and then let's put the tag inside of smooth brackets. We'll do dollar sign curly brackets player response dot tag, and let's do underscore to make it italic, and then let's go /n/n again, and plus grave accents, and we'll say 4 spaces again, and let's make it bold, town hall level colon, and then next to that we'll do dollar sign curly brackets player response dot town hall level, and then we'll do backward slash n to drop that down a line, and let's do a plus. Now here we're going to do a ternary if statement, right? So we're going to check if the player has a builder hall level, and if they do have a builder hall level, then we'll add it. If not, then we won't. So let's do smooth brackets, and let's do is empty player response dot builder hall level, and question mark saying, okay, if it is empty, then we'll just put an empty string, else we're going to go ahead and put grave accents 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces, and then we'll do 2 asterisks to make it bold, builder hall level colon, and then dollar sign curly brackets, and inside of that we want to put player response dot builder hall level, just like that. Okay. So this will basically either put an empty line, so put nothing, or we'll put a line there for us. And instead of copying that for now, let's go ahead and copy the builder hall level. Let's put a plus here, and our next one is our exp level. So exp level, we'll do player response dot exp level, just like that. Now for our next item we're adding in is the clan. So let's copy the builder hall block just up here, and let's paste that down just above, just below exp level. And instead of if empty builder hall level, we'll do if empty clan, and then we'll say, okay, if the clan is empty, then we want to go ahead and do builder hall, not builder hall level, we want to do clan name, and get rid of builder hall level, and pick clan.name like that. And then let's go ahead and copy that, do a plus, and then paste here like that. You can space it just so they're together, do another plus and bring in another one. So, because there's three objects we want to bring in from the clan, that's the clan name, the clan level, and the clan role. So, for the clan, we do clan level like that, and then for this one, we do player response dot role just like that. Okay, so once that's done, let's add the plus sign, and we want to go ahead and bring in our next item, which is the league. So the league, let's go ahead and copy the builder hall again, because that's a simple one. Once you copy that in, we do if is empty, player response dot league, and if it is, we'll put an empty, else we'll do the league is, and then we can just do player response dot league like that, and dot name, sorry, league dot name like that. And then let's go and do another plus, and this time we're just bringing in the players like trophies and attack wins. So we can copy EXP level, that's a simpler one. And let's bring this down 1, 2, 3, so about 7 times. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we want to do trophies versus trophies versus battle wins, attack wins, defense wins, donations, and donations received. And then we want to actually select those values here. So trophies is dot trophies. This one is versus trophies with a capital T versus battle wins. This one is attack wins, defense wins, donations, and donations received. Like that. Let's get rid of that trading plus. So that is our string that will be returned for the player. So let's save that. And let's wait for the WhatsApp bot to be ready. Let's hope there's no errors. Now with this one, there's just a lot of string handling. Now I've kind of added a lot of stuff, but it might not be as much as some people want. So the best thing to do actually is let's wait for the bot to load. But the best thing to do is look at the Clash of Clans documentation, and you can actually see what's being returned. We'll have a look at that once we look at the bot. So let's go to WhatsApp and let's type. So if I were to type player like that, all right, forgot one thing. We need to go to commands and actually specify our player function that we just made. So let's go ahead and do const player is equal to require dot slash player, and here we'll do await player, and the stuff we needed was the clash parameters command, and the prefix like that. Clash parameters command prefix. Let's save that again. Sorry, it wasn't showing you the code there. So what I did was I brought in the player functionality here, and then just here I brought in this reply message equals await player. So if we were to undo all of that and just have a look real quick. So I went ahead and brought in const player equals require, and then I did reply message is equal to await player clash parameters command and config.prefix. So let's save that, wait for the bot to load again. While the bot is loading, let's go ahead and just have a look at the Clash of Clans API real quick. So on the top here, documentation, and if we look at players, get players player tag, that's it. And this, so here it's actually telling us what it returns. So here it returns the player clan, the league, war preference. So you may want to see some of this stuff like the troops, the heroes, the spells. So you could actually bring those in if you want to. So let me see. WhatsApp bot is ready. So let's try the player function again. For command player, you need to provide player tag. So let's go ahead and steal that and type, oops, I added a underscores. See that again. Okay, there we go. So it actually came out not very nice, and that's because I actually forgot to add new lines to a lot of them. So let's go back to the code and let's start adding these new lines. So we've got new lines here, new lines here. Let's copy this new line, and we need to add one on the builder hall, and then we need to add two on the exp level, just like that, and then add one on each of these, and then the clan role will need two, and then the league will need one, and all of these will need one as well. So add a new line on each of these, save that, and we'll test it again. And the reason why I added a new line is so we can separate it so it doesn't look so ugly like this, because it's kind of just slapped everything in one text. By indenting and adding new lines, you can separate the data out so it's more readable for the users. Okay, so the bot is ready. Let's test this again. Let me just copy this command. There you go. Now it's nicely presented. We got this person, that's the tag. There's the town hall level, the XP level, the clan they're in, their league, and their stats. So if we were to type like an incorrect command, what's it gonna do? Okay, it says player data not found. Please try another tag. So that's a good sign. Now that is the most of the functionalities we're gonna get to today. Let's bring it back to the code. So what we've actually done today is quite a lot. We made the WhatsApp bot, connected to Clash of Clans, and developed the command structure that we needed. Right, because now we can go ahead and start adding a bunch of other commands here, like we could do case clan, and then do whatever we need here for clan. And in the next videos, I'm actually going to build those out. I'm going to build town hall, clan, war. So each video we're going to just add more to it, more to it. So stay tuned to the next video. Thank you guys. Let me know in the comments below if you run into any issues. Try and fix those all.